With Halloween just around the corner, it's time to pull out the costumes and have some fun with the kids. However, maybe like me, you're not the biggest fan of Halloween, but of course still want to join in and have some fun. Now, the endless stream of having to come up with costumes and creating costumes for the kids, etc., honestly, never really leaves a lot of time for me to find the costumes, nor do I want to go and spend the extra money nor the time on it. So, for today's video, I decided to challenge myself. I have taken one little black dress and I have created 5 costumes with it. There are lots more ideas than just the 5 that I have come up with. Now, I did go and buy accessories. I will link as much as I possibly can in the description box. However, some of them are fantastic. One of them, I can't get it right, so we're gonna work on it together and see if we can pin it down. But I have costume ideas with you using basically a lot of the stuff that we have in the house that we can kind of make it work. So that's what we're doing today. One little black dress, 5 costumes for Halloween. Let's get stuck into it. The dress I'll be using today may not be perfect for all of the costumes, but this is where the attention to details and a little bit of imagination comes in. Mine is a midi length of a dress. It does have the A-line skirt on it, which is not perfect for all the costumes, but it also has these straps up here that you tie into a little bow. If this specific dress is still available, I will link it in the description box, of course, but I don't know if it is because I got it some weeks ago from a Shein haul. It is a plain and simple black dress, and that is the base of all the outfits that I want to create. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, my biggest issue with all these costumes is hair and makeup. I do have a couple of wigs to play with it. I don't like wearing wigs, but hair and makeup is the most difficult part of these costumes. Now, the straps that was on this dress here, I've just taken them and I've just tugged them down the front here and laying them flush down the front, so they just kind of change the neckline of the dress a little bit. But this is the dress. It's a very, very cute dress. I really, really love it. Obviously, these straps here, you would normally tie them into 2 big bows up on the shoulder. But for the sake of the costumes, I'm just going to keep them tucked in. But this is the dress that we're going to work with. And first up is Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast with Tiffany. So, what do you think? Do I remind you of Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast with Tiffany? It's a very, very simple and easy costume to put together. I'm literally wearing a round toe shoe, little heel, love it. Obviously, I have my dress and then a long pair of black gloves. They don't have the best fit on my arm, but in fairness, I do have quite large arms, so they're kind of rolling down. I added a strand of pearls. There's just the one strand. I've just kind of swirled them around my neck. And then I added this little kind of bead thing up in my hair. I picked that up on Shein with the beads and the glove. Again, last year, so I might not be able to link the exact pieces, but I'll find something very similar. And then last night at 2 o'clock in the morning, my eldest daughter Emma sat and made me this. A little cigarette kind of holder with a little cigarette in it. It is literally just a bamboo stick that she painted black and white. Absolutely fab, but it looks the part, doesn't it? I love this costume. Oh, not to forget the little black eyeliner as well. I don't really wear black eyeliner normally, and it could possibly do with a wing, but I definitely need Emma to help me with that. So I thought, no, we'll just go with this. Yeah, very, very simple, very, very easy costume. I'm tripping over the mat here now. But I think it's fantastic, and it took so little effort to actually put together and very, very little investment. I think it's a brilliant costume. I really, really love it myself. Can you guess who I'm supposed to look like? I am supposed to have black hair, but I ain't going to dye my hair for it, not even for a video, so no. But do I look like Wednesday Addams? I hope so. I actually think this costume came together quite nice. It is a lot of layers, to be honest with you, to make it work. I added, let's start at the bottom here, a sock boot, a long boot, because it's kind of like what I have. And I was kind of thinking, what shoes would she be wearing? And I thought a boot, definitely a boot. So I went for my long boot. It also will give the warmth, and obviously I can throw a pair of tights underneath it. And then obviously we have the dress. Underneath, I have a white shirt. I have my husband's tie, and then over the white shirt, because obviously the dress is so open and I wanted the dark sleeve, I threw a black long sleeve t-shirt over it and then the dress on top. So I have quite a lot of kind of extra materials kind of underneath it, but I think it's quite cute. I added a little bit of black on my eyes. It's very patchy. It doesn't look great. But as I said, hair and makeup is not my strong suit. two little plaits in my hair, and then the darkest lipstick I have, a little bit of kind of black eyeshadow on the cheeks as well to kind of try and really pop those cheekbones. But that is it. That is it. I actually think it looks very, very good. And if you did wanted to color your hair, I know you can get like one of those root sprays kind of thing. I saw it in the chemist one day, and I think it's about a tenner for a spray can. So if you wanted to, you could obviously add that to your hair if you wanted that. But I actually really, really like it. I think it came together quite easily using just things that I had in the house. I didn't buy anything to add to this at all. This is literally just pieces that I have in my wardrobe already and my husband's. I love it. I think it's fab. And it's such an easy costume to put together. So, what do you think? Personally, I really, really love this idea. I would definitely consider it being Wednesday Addams for Halloween now. Any idea of who I'm trying to look like? This one is so difficult, and I'm not sure I nailed it at all. My hair, first of all, again, needs to be darker, and I don't have the volume of Bellatrix Lestrange. I'm not quite sure I'm nailing this costume, but I really like the idea. I could definitely ruin my t-shirt a little bit and get some of those details into the t-shirt. I don't mind the fact that the dress is shorter. I kept the same boots on that I had on before, my sock boot. And then I just added a little waist belt. I actually stole this from Emma because it was too big for her anyway. She bought it on Shein ages ago. And then this time I left these kind of strings out just to give a little bit more dimension in the dress. I kept a long sleeve black t-shirt underneath, and obviously you could rip this up so you could have the sleeves looking a little bit like hers. I have a photo of her down here below, which is why I'm looking down. Just for the details in the t-shirt, I think that would be very, very good. And this was the closest I had to anything resembling a necklace. It was a DIY project that Emma came up with. I've tried to ruffle up the hair like hers, but I just don't have the volume. But the most fantastic part is, again, which is why it was 2 o'clock when Emma was sitting doing this, Emma went outside and found a stick in her garden, and she sat meticulously and made this stick looking like a branch into Bellatrix Lestrange's wand. This is fantastic. This is going straight into my Harry Potter room. I am so amazed with it. She's painted it dark brown, blackish as well. She's all the details in it, but it's smooth and it's fab. I am so impressed with this wand. Never mind the rest of the costume. I really think the idea is definitely there, but I think when you just look at me as is, I think the wand is the only thing that's going to give you a clue of who I'm trying to be. So I'm not really sure this one is working. I did actually buy a wig for this project, but it's so horrendous. I'm not even going to show you. It's terrible, really, really terrible. Yeah, so that's not going to work, but I like the idea. It could definitely do a bit more work. I'm not sure I nailed it, but now I have a wand for my Harry Potter room, and that's all that matters. What do you think? Do I look like a Bellatrix Lestrange at all? I don't think this costume needs a lot of introduction, really, does it? Nor a comparison picture. I think it is, as it says on the tin, and it is also the most easy one that I have created for today. The exact same sock boots came in really, really handy. I have the long sleeve t-shirt underneath, and again, I just tucked the little straps in again. I found this little choker necklace in the kids' dress-up box. One of the girls must have used it for a Halloween costume or something. I thought, that's perfect, a little collar. And then I had this little hairband here. Again, I stole that from one of the girls. Emma, I think Emma uses it for makeup or something like that, you know, keep her hair back. Very, very cute. And then I just have a little bit of, took an eyeliner pencil and just drew a little bit of a cat face on. Plain and simple, but I think it is, as it says on the tin, a little black cat. Care to venture a guess who I'm supposed to look like? Cruella de VILLE. Have I nailed it by any chance? This costume has been so much fun to create. It's actually quite simple without too much investment. Again, I went from the cartoon picture you can see there, and that's kind of where I found all the details from. The red pumps I had already, my white coat that would normally sit like this. I've just scooped it back to give that volume. We have our dress. And then I simply just invested in this fantastic little wig and the gloves as well. The ring happened to be one I had in my dress up box anyway. And then I tried to do a little bit of like making myself look really pale and kind of crazy like she does with the green eyeshadow on. So yeah, this is so much fun. I think it's quite obvious, obviously because of the hair of who I'm trying to look like, but I just think it's so much fun. Now, again, as I said earlier on, I will try to link as much of the pieces as I possibly can for you, but I did get all these pieces from Shein last year. Unfortunately, we had some events happening here that meant that I didn't get the video filmed last year, so hence why I had it all. But I will link as much as I possibly can. There is obviously a whole load more ideas that you could use and come up with using just this one little black dress. You could create, Emma suggested last night, we were sitting talking, she suggested a bat if you use like a scarf and put around your shoulder that could like make your wings or something. You could go for the Addams Family mother, what do you call her? Morticia? Is that her name? I think it is. She wears the long black dress as well, and obviously with the hair and stuff done straight. You could go for the traditional witch. Listen, give it a Google search, but there are so many ideas you can do with just one little black dress. If you want to know more about little black dresses, I will link you a video right there. Not long ago, I kind of nosed around on Shein and I found a whole load of little black dresses that I wanted to try. Great little video, and I think you should go and watch it next. But that's it for today. Have a happy and safe Halloween. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.